And I just kept repeating to myself, I was like, this day hasn't even started, and it is now the best day ever. I'm getting drunk at Taco Bell in Times Square.
Another fucking podcast. All the behind the scenes bullshit you didn't know you needed to know.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of another fucking podcast. This is Maddie here. I'm excited. We will have more interviews, more guests coming in the near future, but I had one of the most insane weekends of my life, and I felt like if I didn't talk about it, like I would be doing social injustice to the world to not explain the incredible, chaotic, fun, mind-blowing weekend that I just had. And it was all entertainment industry based. I was out doing so many different things, and it was kind of one of those weekends where you make plans a little bit in advance for like one thing to happen, and then you get a text like a few days later, hey, this is gonna happen, and it's like they all matched right up. They all fit like little puzzle pieces into my life of what was coming next. And it was daunting going into the weekend. Like I knew before it even happened, this weekend is going to be nuts. Like there's a lot going on. There's going to be a lot happening. So much so that I literally have like my notes app on my laptop right now so that I can remember all of the things that happened and get into it. So to start, this past weekend, I had a normal work week, all the jazz at Ocean 98, so much fun. And Friday came around, and I had said, hey, I have something going on this evening. Is there any chance I can arrange my schedule and come in a little earlier than I usually would be so I can head out a little earlier? And my boss was cool with it. So start our day like 7:45 in the morning on Friday. I decide I need to go work out, so I go to Pilates because I'm insane and that's me. So do that, get ready for the day. By the time it's 9 a.m., I'm in like full rock star like leather and my makeup's all done, and I'm just like committed to this being my life for the next, I don't know, 12, 24 hours, however long I'm gonna be like glitter, eyeliner, like rock star. Go to work, have an awesome work day, and then by about 6:30 p.m., I'm ready to go. Ready to head out the door from work, and my first destination with my mom and some of our friends was Beach Barrels in North Ocean City, and I had been aware of this date. I'd gotten a text message about a month prior from our friends in Minikiss. Art had reached out to me and said, hey, we're playing Beach Barrels in Ocean City. I hope you can be there. Of course I'm going to be there. They're some of the best people, some of my friends. So excited to see them again. They're incredible performers, but also every time we end up hanging out with them, it's a shit show in the best way possible. So it was a no-brainer. Duh, I'm going to be there. So we leave work, head to Beach Barrels, and on the way there, they're like, hey, we've got a trailer out back behind Beach Barrels, so come meet us and come hang out before the show. The show was at like 8:30. We were getting there at like close to 7. Show up, get to their trailer, and it was a little bit like a scene out of a movie in the best way. You open that door, and it's just like cloud of smoke, and they had cases, they had buckets of beers and subs and all this stuff going on, and just, you know, the nicest welcoming people. So you're immediately just like, yeah, what's up? Like, hey, everybody. And we get into it, we start having fun, and I'm helping them do their makeup. I'm helping Drew with his makeup. We're getting dressed into these costumes and taking pictures and playing music, just talking, catching up. And that was just 10 out of 10 fun. And I had talked with work and with Beach Barrels prior to them getting there, like, hey, maybe I should introduce them on stage. That sounds fun. And like we had talked about it briefly, but it was never really like set in stone. So I was like, yeah, I don't know. I had talked about it, but I don't know what's going to happen. And Minikiss, being the best people ever, just said, well, you're with us right now, so it's up to us. You're introducing us. That's just what's going to happen, point blank. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm in. So now I'm like, 3 beers in, and I've decided like, okay, now I have to figure out like what I'm gonna say. I used to be a theater kid, but I hadn't been like on stage in front of people in a long time. So it was weirdly nerve-wracking for me just because it had been such a long time. So We walk in. First of all, we walk in and it's like the back door of the bar. So there's like bartenders and stuff going on, which I wasn't expecting. So we're like, oh, okay, sorry, excuse me. Like, I'm in the middle of behind the bar. And I had to pee so bad. It was like they were about to go on stage. It was like 2 minutes and I was running through the bar to go pee. And so I dealt with that. That was fun. Dealt with that. Come back and they're like, all right, are you ready? And we're going to play this song when it ends. Go ahead. So get on stage, introduce Mini Kiss. I'll add a clip here so you can see that.
Hello, Beach Mirrors! Are you guys ready to rock tonight? Mini Kiss! My name is Maddie. I'm here with Ocean 98 at Secrets. I'm so excited to introduce this band, Mini Kiss. They are incredible musicians, some of my personal friends. They are Guinness World Record holders for the world's littlest, hottest bands. Here they are, the world's hottest, littlest bands. Your friends, Mini Kiss. Here we go, everybody.
For my trigger now he's dead. Mama, let me hear it.
And yeah, it was so much fun. So just a quick little moment on stage, had a great time, and it was like one of those things that was just cool to me to be like, oh whoa, like Maddie knows Mini Kiss, like yeah. And so got to hang out with them. They did their set, fucking awesome every time. It's so much fun, and it was so interesting being like side stage, because like they had like a little roped off section and we were kind of back there, but it was really cool to actually see it like from that perspective and see the different people that came out. There was this group of girls and they were having the most fun. Like they had their little cowboy hats and matching shirts on and they were so excited. Nick ended up turning the microphone around and letting them sing part of the set, and it was just like, it was cool to see it from that perspective as opposed to just being in the audience, because I was still part of the audience, but it was different to like almost have their eye line of what was happening and what was going on. And they're singing like Stacy's mom at some point, but they're singing Maddie's mom has got it going on. So shout out Erin. I know she appreciated that and she had fun with those guys as well. After the show, I had a few friends show up as well. And we all come back to the trailer for a little bit while they're taking off all the Kiss makeup and the whole shebang, because it's a lot. There's a lot that goes into them getting ready for a show. So they take off all the Kiss makeup and we're still hanging out. And some of the guys from Beach Barrels as well were so nice and came and chatted with all of us. And we just like had a little powwow. Like everyone was just having fun, chatting. 10 out of 10. So we decide, clearly, like it's not that late. Like we need to go out and about in town. So there's two places that, of course, we have to take Mini Kiss to. The first being the Purple Moose Saloon on the boardwalk. And they just renovated. It's beautiful in there. They had a live band, a DJ, all the things going on. So to get to Purple Moose, instead of, we'll just take a few Ubers or whatever, one of their people, Juan, who is their roadie, their brother, friends, he was able to drive all of us. But we did kind of like pack in like it was a clown car a little bit. We're all sitting on each other's laps. We're all just like enjoying this little like squished in moment with each other. Drive, go, stop at the gas station, make our little pit stops, and we get to the Purple Moose Saloon, have a few drinks, have a few shots there, just kind of showing them the atmosphere, having fun. Then we decide we're going to go to the Cork Bar. So we make the trek down the boardwalk. We make that trek. Drew's on his scooter as always. He's scooting around. He still has his wig on from the show. We get down to the Cork Bar and it's EDM night. So it was just absolutely insane. There's smoke. There's all this shit going on. And we tore into it. And I, like, my recollection, if that makes sense, like, I thought it was totally fine. And it was. Like, we had the best time and it was totally fine. But, like, I remember being a lot more, like, cool than I probably was, because the next day the clips on my phone are just like the random selfies I woke up to. I was like, what? Okay, like, go ahead, Maddie. So we had a great time with them. best people, like just talking about life and music and all their crazy stories on the road, like we talked about on the podcast. Just the coolest people. So that happens. We get home, and I thought that maybe we got home at like 1. Like, I was like, oh, we were responsible. We left the bar before it closed. I was wrong. My recollection was wrong. We closed down the Cork Bar. So we get home, and I had to get my shit together because our weekend was not over. Our weekend was starting on Saturday, and that was just Friday night. So get all my shit together. By the time I go to bed, it's probably 3 in the morning. And I'm like, okay, like I thought I was cool as a cucumber. Turns out that was wrong. Because I slept through all of my alarms. Like, I had alarms set for super early and super, like, a little bit later because we had to hit the road on Saturday. So I got a call from my dad at, like, 7 a.m. And he's like, are you, like, hello? So he woke me up. So, so that's what, I got 4 hours of sleep, I guess. So 7 a.m., get up and get ready, get all of our stuff together because... what are we doing after we just partied with Minikids? We're driving straight to New York City because I'm absolutely insane. And I can never just have a chill, normal weekend. No, I have to be doing something that is just absolutely ridiculous. So we get in the car and we drive the 3.5, 4 hours to New York City, to Times Square, to the hotel. This was something I had booked months in advance, and it just happened to line up with our Minikids weekend. So... sorry, future me, like, that was my bad. So, get in the car, stop and get a Red Bull, because I was, like, going to die a little bit. We drive to New York, and I was fine, like, did my makeup in the car, hung out, played music, talked to my dad too much. We get there, and check into the hotel, all the normal things, rock and roll, and our friends Tracy and Brad from Chicago were also in town, so we got to hang out with them, which was super cool. So, first thing, like, by the time we get there, I'd say it's noon. Like, we got there, like, at noon on the dot. So, good trip, made it work, easy peasy. Get there at noon, and, like, first stop, slice of pizza on the street. And at this point, like, my hangover is starting to kick in. So, it's, like, me with this, like, super hot, greasy slice of pizza on the side of the sidewalk, like, just trying to survive, like, a little bit shaky, just a little bit of a hot mess. But it was okay. Like, I was like, I'm gonna be fine. I just have to make this work. So we're on the side of the sidewalk, like, right off of Times Square, all of us shoving pizza in our face, first thing. Head over to Bryant Park, sit there. Ended up being a little bit warmer outside than we had anticipated, so we were kind of just, like, sweating out the alcohol. Like, I could just feel it coming off of me, which is not always the best thing, but it was fine. So... sweat it all out in Bryant Park and sit there and people watch, which is just always fun, especially in New York. So we get that far. And I had been back to New York in December previously. I saw Tom Felton on Broadway in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and he was Draco Malfoy. He was like my childhood, like, love of my life, so I had to go see Draco Malfoy, and we met him, and it was super cool. But when we were there last time, I had stumbled upon this place online, and then seen it in person. I was like, we just have to go. So me and my mom had gone in December. It's called Jimmy's Corner. I'm giving you a life hack right now. If you're listening to this, I'm giving you a life hack if you ever go to New York City and you want a good bar and you don't want to pay like $10 for a single beer. Because this place is unreal. It's called Jimmy's Corner. I believe it's on 44th Street. It's like 1 or 2 off from Times Square. It's literally straight hole in the wall. Like, it is just a straight shot, straight back, and there's all these weird, like, boxing photos on the wall. There's definitely, like, lead paint, like, mold, like, that place, like, I don't know, but, like, it's just one of those where, like, there's a layer of dust on all of the lighting fixtures that's probably older than me. But that's my favorite kind of bar. I'm not shading that. That is entirely my favorite kind of bar. So we discovered it in December, and you literally couldn't walk. Like, you could barely get the door open because there were so many people, and it's a teeny little spot. But it's probably cheaper than beer in a lot of places in the country. We had $3 beers. And then we tried to charge the card, and he said, no, it has to be over $10 or whatever. So we ended up having shots and beers for $16. So this time around, I'm like, I already know, like, if I want to cure myself from the mini kiss hangover I just endured, we have to stop at Jimmy's Corner. It's right down the street, and it's cheap beer. So this time there's 5 of us, and we each had just the one beer, like switching who's going to pay for the tab. The first round for 5 beers was $19 in Times Square. That would get you like 2 beers, maybe 1 anywhere else. So already like just 10 out of 10. Start to kind of come down from the mini kiss high because now I'm at Jimmy's Corner and I've got these cheap beers and cheap shots and just kind of like letting it chill. So we have now just a few hours before our evening plans, which I have not even gotten to yet. So a few hours till we've got somewhere to be and things to do. So we kind of split up for a little bit and we're like, let's go stop. We don't have a Taco Bell in Ocean City. And there's a giant Taco Bell in Times Square. So you know that is what is next. So we stop at the Taco Bell, and it's only the little kiosks that you can order from. You cannot order to a cashier. You have to use the little kiosk. So we walk in, there's like a dude smoking a joint in the Taco Bell. Cool. We go in, order our like takeout tacos, and my Aunt Tracy had been talking earlier about different Taco Bells like in LA or New York that have like the frozen Baja Blast, but a boozy Baja Blast. And I was like, I just need that. That needs to be something in my life. So when you order on the takeout thing, if you hit takeout, you can't get alcohol. But if you do it separately and just click, yeah, I'm dining in, they give it to you. So I got this giant cup that's like the size of my torso of frozen Baja Blast with vodka. You could do vodka, you could do an extra shot. You could do rum, you could do tequila. They had beer on tap. I've never seen that before, so it was cool to me. And it was $18, but it was worth it. So I got this boozy Baja Blast, and now I'm walking around Times Square with this gigantic vodka Baja Blast. And I just kept repeating to myself, I was like, this day hasn't even started, and it is now the best day ever. I'm getting drunk at Taco Bell in Times Square. What else could you possibly want out of life, is honestly what I was thinking. So, get back, have our little tacos, continue with my gigantic boozy Baja Blast, finish that, and then it was time for our plans that I had booked months in advance that I could not believe were about to happen. We booked tickets to go see Daniel Radcliffe on Broadway, also Harry Potter, if you don't know. Daniel Radcliffe. It's a show called Every Brilliant Thing. And I had no idea what the show was about going into it. Like, I had no idea. I had just seen some videos online, and I knew it was a one-man show. It's just Daniel Radcliffe on stage. It's a shorter play. And I knew that he was bouncing around talking to people in the audience before the show. That is all I knew going into it. So I was like, okay, like, why not? I love Harry Potter. That's like that was my childhood thing. So these actors, I like to go see them do stuff. So we go down to the show, which happens to be just across the street from Jimmy's Corner, this bar. So that was already like, oh, cool. We get to the show a little bit early, get into the theater, get a drink, duh. And you sit down, and the first 30 minutes before the show starts, 2 assistant directors and Daniel Radcliffe himself walk around and hand out these little cue cards. So basically within the show, he shouts out different numbers at different times. And when he says your number on your card, you say your line. And the entire theater, no matter if you're sitting in the balconies or on the floor, are mic'd. So they can hear you. So these weren't like cards for everybody. This was like every once in a while they'd have a card for somebody. And of course my mother knows me, the theater kid that I am, and she's like pointing over my head and I'm not even aware. And the assistant director comes up to me. She's like, would you like to do something? I'm like, sure. Gives me a card. And whatever he said that number, I had to say the line, and it was cool to me. The specific line, it was track number 7 on every great record. To me, like, not that it really mattered, but it was special to me. My favorite number is 7, and I'm a radio personality, radio DJ, so like record, that kind of like album, music theme was very on brand for me. So it was really cool. And he does the show. It was fucking hilarious. It was so raw. Like, he was just in a sweater and jeans on stage. There's no set. There's nothing fancy. He's using people in the audience as actors. And we all say our little lines and shout it out and just had a great time. It was a really wholesome, beautiful show. And it was just cool to see, like, that version of Harry fucking Potter. Like, I wasn't seeing him in some blockbuster film or some elaborate Broadway musical. It was like the most raw, intimate version of Harry Potter that I could have seen, which was fucking wild, right? Like, that's cooler to me than if I had seen him do something bigger, you know? So after the show, I am a nutcase, so I'm running down the stairs of the theater to go to the stage door because I'm a Broadway girl. I know how this works. You wait out there for like an hour and then you get to see these people and have interactions with them. I did this when I was 17. I met Ethan Slater, who's now Ariana Grande's boyfriend. He was in SpongeBob the Musical. So I like to do that because it becomes a weird flex like later down the line to be like, oh, look at this person. So we get down there, we wait for like an hour, and all the security guys out there were kind of funny, so we're talking with them, and Daniel's security guy came out, and he's like this big dude, super, super pretty. My mom's like flirting with Daniel Radcliffe's security guard, so that's like part of this story, which I thought was kind of funny. And we wait, and he came out eventually. So nice. He runs all the way down to the end and made his way like back to where we were standing. And when I tell you, like, this man like literally took the time to talk to every single person. He took individual photos with every person that wanted one. He was signing Harry Potter books. He was signing anything that you wanted. He was just the nicest person. And I've always heard that about Daniel Radcliffe, but you hear that about a lot of people. So you never know until you meet the person. He really like was having like full one-on-one conversations with every person that had something to say to him. So he gets to us, and my mom, of course, who, love you, Erin, love you, you're the best. She loves to brag on me and is excited about what I do and this podcast because I like to try to talk to people and I like to try to interview cool people. So she's like, I'm going in. I'm going to be your momager. I'm going to be Kris Jenner. Like, I've got this. Like, I'm going to give him your business card and whatever. So we take a picture because I wanted a picture with Daniel Radcliffe. And we talk for a minute and she goes, she's on the radio and she has a podcast, like super excited. And I didn't know if he was just going to be like, cool, like, okay. But he immediately looks at me, he goes, oh, awesome, like, what's it called? And I said, Another Fucking Podcast, because everyone has one. And he was like, yeah, like, he was so excited, like, that's really funny, you know, like, that's a cool title, that was really fucking cool. And he just straight up, like, took his hand, like, shook my hand, was like, yes, like, congratulations, like, nice to meet you, basically, like, and my, like, little childhood soul was like, ah, and my mom had my business card, and it wasn't clear, because it was just, there was so much going on, that he signed my business card, which now I think is kind of funny, because if I ever, like, hand someone one of my business cards, it'll just have, like, Daniel Radcliffe's autograph on it, and just be like, oh, I'm endorsed by Harry Potter, like, but it was so nice and wild, and like I have clips and pictures, so that'll be in here at some point if you're watching this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys,
Hey, she's a DJ on the radio here.
Oh, wait, oh, cool. Hey,
And
nice to
she
meet
does
you.
podcasts.
Okay, very good. Awesome. Thank you. What's the podcast called?
Another Fucking Podcast, because everyone
Hey,
has
look it up.
That's great. That's a really good name. Thank you very much.
Oh my god, yeah, like it, I literally walked away and we walked back to the hotel to hang out with our friends and family, and I like had my hand and I was like, I feel like my hand is magical now. Like, Harry Potter just shook my hand. He was so nice. My 8-year-old self is like shaking right now. Like, I don't know what to do. He was so nice. And it was one of those things too where they always tell you, like, don't meet your heroes and don't meet the people that you look up to, because there are a lot of people that maybe don't have pleasant interactions, but that was like the best. Like, I don't think I could have wished for anything more from that man. Like, Daniel, I'd love to have you on the podcast. You know, if you see this, hey, hi, met you at the show. But I couldn't have wished for anything better. It was magical. It was really, really cool. So that was that was that. And I wandered back to the hotel and had a beer, and we had this little, like, private cabana thing that it was really just part of the hotel restaurant bar, and my uncle thought it would be funny to be like, this is our private cabana. So we sat there after the show, and I just kind of, like, stared off into space, thinking about the fact that I just met Harry Potter, and my, like, 8-9-year-old self wouldn't believe me. And if you're as big of a Harry Potter fan as I am, like, that's fucking wild. Like, it was, like, just him as a person. Like, outside of Harry Potter, like, Daniel Radcliffe just seems like such a cool person, and it was really neat to be able to be like, yeah, like, that's legit. That's really fucking cool. And, yeah, that was my 48 hours. I went to bed, and I woke up, and we left New York, and, enjoyed Easter Sunday. And yeah, this whole week, like, it's been almost a week since, and I, like, am still exhausted because it was such a short, like, 48 hours of shit going on, but it was, like, the best 48 hours. So yeah, like, I don't even know what else to say or how to end this episode, but, like, what the fuck, like, Harry fucking Potter, mini kiss. I've felt like a rock star. Like, that was where it was like, it's just little old me, like, doing my shit, but I felt insane. Like, it was the coolest fucking thing. So, yeah, I don't even know what else to say to you guys anymore. But, yeah, that was it. There's no words. So, on that note, thank you for listening, for watching. This is another fucking podcast with your host, Maddie. That was my Rockstar Whirlwind, absolutely 10 out of 10 weekend. One I will not be forgetting about for a long time. And I'm looking forward to more. We've got some interviews lined up in the near future, so look out for those. Follow us on Instagram at @cking pod. We're on YouTube and SoundCloud as well. Thank you so much for being here and enjoying my nonsensical stories. There's definitely more to come because my life, I always end up in these weird fucking crazy situations. And I'm thankful that I do. And I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to share them with you as well. So, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe, fuckers.